Greta Thunberg is about to face jail time as the Swedish government make a move against eco-activists after they cancelled their net zero targets. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the channel that challenges the mainstream media and the political establishment, from the left-wing nutters to the globalist elite. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's recently subscribed to the channel. We are now less than 2,000 subscribers away to reach 300,000. So massive thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel for all these years, and especially in recent days, it's been quite chaotic. But we're going to continue today's videos. We're going to have a number of updates throughout the day. A lot of the themes are about the eco-activists and net zero. So we have some good news and we have some concerning updates. First, let's talk about some good news. Yes, Greta Thunberg is in massive trouble with the Swedish government. Now, Sweden have been quite impressive in recent times. Essentially, we had them going rebellious against the global consensus during the lockdown period. They didn't want to go with full-on lockdowns. And then with net zero targets, they've started to make U-turns. So first things first, what's actually happened? Because about 2-3 weeks ago, we had Greta, who was arrested alongside her other eco-friends and all the other hippies for refusing to leave the port in Malmö in Sweden. The police warned them a couple of times. They ignored it. They even tried to take him away. And the media was there to take pictures and everybody was loving it. And then they came back and then they were arrested. And now they're going to court. So let's see how that goes. Because the punishment is potentially jail time. We have the Swedish prosecution authority saying that the prosecutor has filed charges against the young woman who on the 19th of June this year participated in a climate demonstration which, according to the prosecution, caused disruption to traffic in Malmö. The woman has refused to obey the police command to leave the scene, and that's why they are now taking action against her and also her other friends. It's not just about Greta Thunberg, but it's also about all the others who were present at the scene in Malmö, and basically they were causing so much chaos. And we can learn a couple of things from Sweden when it comes to the eco-activists causing too much disruption across the country. Because here we have our Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, changing the rules and giving more powers to the police to arrest people, sure. And there's still some places the police are still quite slow to act. But then even when we arrest them, in terms of prosecution, there's not much to do. There's a problem with the, lack of reforms in our justice system, which we can talk about another time, and we have discussed in the past, but maybe we can learn from Sweden. So Sweden, this comes after Sweden announced that they're also abandoning their 100% net zero renewable energy goals, their targets, as they've also forced the European Union to reconsider their climate policies. Everything is backfiring when it comes to net zero. We have corporations kicking off. We've got individual small businesses kicking off. We've got institutions kicking off. All the people who supported these policies realize it's going to hit them as well. So the tide is turning. We haven't completely won the whole thing, but we are winning battles left, right, and center, and it's looking good. We can talk about clean air, clean water, living in a normal environment and a happy environment, but we don't have to completely destroy the economy and civil liberties in order to achieve that. There are alternative solutions. Anyway, Greta Thunberg, who was recently came to, after her book launch, announced that she wants to overthrow capitalism. And we always knew they are watermelons. Yes, green on the outside and communist red on the inside. These people, they don't care about the actual environment. It's always about the system. They want to bring down the capitalist system as we know it. And they want to install a proper corporatist, communist, whatever you want to call it, a system, which is already a bit of a danger as we speak. So Greta said, we are never going back to normal again because normal was already a crisis. What we refer to as normal is an extreme system built on the exploitation of people and the planet. It is a system defined by colonialism, imperialism, oppression, by the so-called global north to accumulate wealth that still shapes our current world order. If economic growth is our only priority, then what we are experiencing now should be exactly what we should be expecting. Climate change has its roots in racism. What's that got to do with racism, oppressive extractivism, and that is exploiting both people and the planet to maximize short-term profits for a few? Not really sure Greta knows how economics works, but maybe she could go back to school. Yeah, maybe that would be a good idea. Although these days, woke schools, probably best not to go back to school, Greta. Stay out, stay out. Anyway, so we've got the courts getting ready in Sweden for this. Trial will be held at the end of this month in July. And obviously the extreme punishment will be jail time or a massive heavy fine. And I think, to be fair, the way things are going across establishments, I wouldn't be surprised if they just end up giving her a fine or something, and with some sort of compromise. But it is easily possible that she could actually go to jail. So let's see how that goes. We'll keep you guys posted on this issue, and we're going to come back in half an hour with more updates for you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.